Solving certain equations after reducing them into linear equations. Now what can happen sometime is that you get some equations, like if you look at this one, you have 1 upon 3 by x plus 1 upon 2 y is equal to 2. Now if you see, unlike a traditional equation which is like x plus 2y, where these numbers are not in fraction, the variables are actually sitting in the denominator, right? So if you start solving this, there's an additional layer of effort that needs to go in, and the chances of doing a mistake over there are higher. So in these kind of situation, what you can do is you can actually substitute the value of 1 by x by some other variable. Let's call this as m. And similarly, you can replace the value of another variable 1 by y as n. Now what that means is that if that be the case, okay, if 1 by x is equal to m, right, what is the value of this? Now if I look at it, I can write this equation as 1 by 3 times 1 by x plus 1 by 2 times 1 by y is equal to 2. But I know 1 by x is equal to m. So I can just simply write this as 1 upon 3 m plus 1 upon 2 n is equal to 2. Now what this does is that in the denominator I just have numbers. I can take 6 as the LCM, 2, so I get 2m plus 3n is equal to 2, or 2m plus 3n is equal to 12. Let me call this as equation 1. Similarly, if I do over here, what do I get? I get 1 upon 2 into 1 by x, which is m, plus 1 upon 3 n is equal to 13 by 6. If I take 6 as the LCM, I get 3m plus 2n is equal to 13 by 6. This 6 gets cancelled with this 6. So I get 3m plus 2n is equal to 13. Let's call this as equation 2. So now I've got two equations, okay, and I can just simply find the values by any of the method. So let's say if I use the elimination method, in this case I will get n is equal to 13 minus 3m divided by 2. If I substitute this value in this equation, I get 2m plus 3 times 13 minus 3m divided by 2 is equal to 12. 2 times 2 gives you 4m, okay. 3 times 13, 39 minus 9m, and then 2 goes here to make it 24. Or in other words, minus 5m is equal to minus 15, or m is equal to 3. If m is equal to 3, what is the value of n that we get? What is the value of n? N is 13 minus 3m, which is 9 divided by 2, or 2. So the value of n you get is 2. The value of m that you get is 3, right? So the idea behind this was, the only new thing that you've learned over here is that whenever you have these in the form of 1 by x or 1 by y, we can try and substitute them with a different set of variables.